Have you ever really thought about what a modern fish farm actually looks like? I don't mean a diagram in a textbook. I mean the real deal. The ponds, the pipes, all the engineering. Well, today we're going to take a virtual trip to a pretty amazing place and see exactly how it all comes together.
Okay, so here we are. Welcome to Aqua Viva Piscicultura. It's a fish farm down in Victor Greff in southern Brazil. This is our stop for the day, so let's dive in. You know, when you first look at this place, it doesn't really scream fish farm, does it? It honestly looks more like a beautiful, peaceful park. You've got these calm ponds, lots of green space, but don't let that fool you. Just under the surface of that water, there's a whole world of activity, and it's incredibly well organized. So, what we're looking at here is a perfect example of what's called aquaculture. And if you're not familiar with the term, it's really simple. It's basically farming, but in water. It's all about raising fish or other aquatic critters in a controlled way. And what's so cool about this place is how it mixes that natural vibe with some seriously clever engineering. Okay, so who's actually living in this mix of nature and tech? Let's go meet the stars of the show. All right, check this out. This chart is pretty much the farm's yearbook, a real who's who of all the different fish they've got here. It's a fantastic way to see just how much variety they're working with. Every single one of these pictures is a different species. And we are talking about a huge range. You've got species like grass carp, that's Carpa capim, and of course, the famous tilapia that you see everywhere. But then there's dorado, bacu, a kind of catfish they call jundia, and hey, even quinguio, which you'll probably recognize. That's a goldfish. And this is where it all clicks. See that? On the left, you've got the grass carp from the chart. And on the right, that's its actual home, a tank with a big clear label on it. It seems like a small detail, but it really shows you the incredible level of organization you need to pull this off with so many different kinds of fish.
So we've met the residents. Now, where do they all live? Let's take a closer look at the different homes they have here, the ponds, the pools, and the tanks. And that's really the big question, isn't it? With all these different species, what kind of environments are we talking about? It's not as simple as just digging a hole and adding water. The answer's actually pretty fascinating. Well, it turns out the answer is both. Take a look. On one side, you've got this totally natural-looking earthen pond, just blending right into the landscape. And on the other side, bam, these bright blue man-made concrete tanks. The difference is pretty stark, right? And that's completely on purpose. Each one has a very specific job to do. So you gotta ask why both? Well, it really boils down to this: nature versus control. The earthen ponds are great because they're a lot like a wild habitat, which is perfect for certain fish or certain stages of their lives. But the concrete tanks, that's where you get ultimate control. You can manage absolutely everything: the water quality, the feeding, how many fish are in there. It's a best of both worlds kind of strategy. Speaking of control, that brings us to the tech. Let's pull back the curtain and see the system that makes this whole thing tick. This shot really says it all. You can see the natural ponds back there, and then right up front, you have this modern, engineered system of tanks. They're working together, side by side. That hybrid approach is really the heart of how this farm works. Because at the end of the day, if you want healthy fish, you absolutely need healthy water. And this whole network of pipes, this isn't just plumbing. Think of it as the life support system for every single fish in those tanks. And the way it works is actually pretty brilliant in its simplicity. So first, fresh water is constantly being piped into the tanks. As that water splashes in, it stirs up the surface. That's super important because that's how you get oxygen into the water for the fish to breathe. Finally, this constant flow is everything. It keeps the water circulating, which flushes out all the fish waste, keeping the whole environment clean and healthy. Okay, so we've seen the farm, we've met the fish, we've checked out the tech, but let's zoom out for a second. Why does any of this matter? What's the bigger picture here? Now this might be the most unexpected picture from our whole trip. I mean, look at that. It's a hint that aquaculture is used for so much more than just food. We're talking about everything from dinner to, well, therapy, like in this fish spa. It's a powerful reminder that this is a really diverse industry. And there's a good reason for that. Farms like this one aren't just a one-off thing. They're part of a huge global trend. See, aquaculture isn't some small, niche business anymore. It's actually one of the fastest growing ways we produce food on the entire planet. It's essential if we're going to keep up with the world's demand for protein. So after seeing all this, it kind of leaves you with a big question to think about, right?
As we all look for better, more sustainable ways to feed everyone on the planet, what role are innovative farms just like this one going to play on our future plates?